Yeah, don't feel much different. I felt after the game. Did a lot of really good things on defense throughout the game. Um, Gave up one touchdown. Some things to clean up on that end, but really proud that the DN stepped up. We didn't have Ty Wise and Ugu and Suttle and Caden Wooler really stepped up with Kobe and Earl inside. Lost Salopek for a little bit portion of the game, and Dom Nardone and Cam Rogers stepped in fine. Then big blow was losing John Saunders late in the week. He's played, tremendous football. He's been a dominant player in a key position in our defense. And Nolan Johnson stepped in, and you couldn't tell a difference. It was really, really good. He handled everything. They tried to throw bangs on him. He took away. They tried to move a double move off the bang. He took that away. So unfortunately, he just cramped up. He'll be fine. Played a lot of football and probably a lot of anxiety when you find out on Thursday you're going to be starting. And and then Javon Kimpson came in, and so now we're down to our fourth corner, and he played tremendous in the second half and was really, really good for us. So a lot of positive things. Special teams was okay. Special teams was okay on the day. Obviously, the block punt was huge. Totally flipped the field for us, created a short field for our offense. Obviously, the running into the punter, can't do that. And again, it doesn't mean you don't be aggressive. We're going to be aggressive on our punt rush. We just got to be smart, and your body can't follow your hands. Your hands get the block point, your body doesn't, and just made a mistake there. And obviously that wasn't good. But special teams okay. Obviously we struggled on offense throughout the day. No different. We didn't do anything well. It's not. It was. We didn't do anything well. We didn't run well. We didn't throw it well. We didn't block very well. We didn't run very well. Caught the ball well. I will say that we caught the ball. Caught pretty much everything was thrown the whole day. We've been catching the ball very well. So we did do that well. But the rest of it, just we got to, we had Brett back. Obviously, Brett hasn't practiced in a long time, got back into practice. And again, obviously, there's multitude of issues when you score 10 points and you don't run or throw and you have 180 yards. And timing was one of the many issues, not the only issue, but timing in the passing game will get better. That's the one thing I'm not concerned about, that our timing will get better in the passing game as we get Brett and the receivers back together. But we have to look at everything on offense. We talked about it yesterday. Like, we have to look at everything from A to Z, to what we're doing, to how we're doing it. Not only what we're doing, how we're doing it, how we're practicing it, who we're putting where, what we're asking our kids to do, and who individually can do what. Who's blocking well, who's receiving well, because right now we have to get better on that side of the ball. We're going to get better on that side of the ball. We have the players, we have the coaches to be much better on the side of the ball. And we talked about we haven't played our best team football this year. We've had some injuries and all that, but we haven't played that complete game yet on both sides of the ball and special teams, and that's the goal. So in some cases the answer could be simplifying things some. In some cases it's, well, why do we have to simplify it? Why can't we handle what we're doing? Why can't you get the task at hand, prepare for the task at hand, and do the task at hand? So there's a balance there, and we got to figure out where that balance is. Is it we got to do the stuff we're doing better, or do we? So I don't think we're doing too much. I'm not saying that. I just think we're not executing. So when you're not executing, you say, okay, what is it? Is it, okay, we call this play. Is this a good play? Can we run this play? Can our kids execute this play? It is a good play on the board. Okay, do we not have the talent to execute that play? Do we not have the physicality to execute that play? Can we not, it looks good on the board, do we not have the guys that can get open on that play? Or do we just have to run that play better? And then that's what we're going to search through this week, and we're going to have a good plan going into Saturday, and we're going to be certain that is it we can't do this, we're not good enough to do this, or we are good enough to do this and we got to do it. And there may be some of both as we sort through the week. So, but we will again. We're gonna be better on offense. We have the people to be better on offense. And then we got to continue to play good defense. And again, the task at hand this week is way different. Their offense is producing an insane amount of yards. They're moving the ball up and down the field. They're really, they got a bunch of transfer receivers. They got new backs. They've got a quarterback that's 6'4" and runs like the wind. He's been sacked 43 times in 8 games, which is a really large number for minus 200 some yards. And he's still rushing for like positive 250 yards on the year, which is it's mind-blowing that you could have that much negative yardage put on your ledger, and it's not necessarily his fault all the time. Sacks are sacks, but the fact that he's run for almost 500 yards. Quarterback design runs, which obviously is always an element that's a problem when you run the quarterback, and they're willing to run their quarterback early and often. So quarterback design runs and then scrambles are major. He third play of the game 2 weeks ago, he went 53 yards on a quarterback design run. So they've really thrown the ball, completed a high percentage. They're really efficient with what they do. Tons of formations, from empties to starting empty to not ending empty, all different types of empties to all different types of unbalance on certain weeks. So formationally, they're all over, and their movement is all over, and they do a lot of different things. They have those one play where they jerry rig it to make it where they kind of know what you're in, and they try to get the big play. But out of a lot of it, they have a structure. You can see the structure, but you never get it out of what you saw last week. So they really, really stretch it. So they do have, and that's why they're completing a very high percentage. Or they've gone on 15 play drives, 17 play drives. Even though when you look at them, you're scary that they could be a bunch of big plays. They're also capable of moving the ball down the field methodically, and a lot of it's through the air. But they do run. They got 2 really good backs. So. If you don't get the negative plays against them, you're not stopping them. That's you got to get negative plays one way or another, whether it's pressure or some other way. You have to get negative plays because they're really good at possessing the football and hanging in there. So their defense has been better of late. They had a tough schedule early. They've given up some points in yardage, obviously, because they played some high-scoring games, but they, like everybody else, they played a couple low-scoring games lately. So, barely lost to BG. 31-28, barely lost to Kent State, 33-27 a week ago. Played much better on defense a week ago against Kent State. So it'll be a challenge, and it'll be on the road, and so we've got a lot of work to do. We've had a good day already. We had a good Sunday. We're gonna have a good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're gonna get on the bus and play our best football up to this point in the year. I think we can still continue to play better as the year finishes with 4 weeks left, but I really think we're going to play our best football this weekend.
Coach, is that kind of the goal at this point, is to become the team that you still feel like you can be, even if some of the goals are kind of gone?
Yeah, and to me, the goals are never totally gone. Everybody, let's win this week and see what happens, and win next week and see what happens, and keep going, and let's get to 5-3 and see what it looks like, and you can still get to 5-3 and in this league. It doesn't look real good right now, but this league get to 5-3. If the good news is if you get to 5-3 and everybody gets to 5-3, there'll be a bunch of teams at 5-3. So there'll be a massive. But again, I always think of, okay, what's the percentage? Okay, it's not very high. I get it, but I'm shooting for, if it's a 3% chance for something I want, let's go for the 3% chance for what we want. When I'm not one, everything's gone. I've already heard that from a bunch of people. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. We were like we talked about. We were 0-6 year 3 and 0-2 in the league, and we have a conference championship trophy in 2016 in the trophy case. And so to me, it's just you keep playing, and you keep trying to, do good. And so it's not, and again, our goal every week is to play the game the right way, If you play the game the right way, it gives you a chance to win, gives you your best chance to win. And we've done a lot of really good things this year. And we have not been very consistent on offense, and we've struggled on offense at times, and we got to be more consistent on offense. And then there's still plenty of things on special teams and defense that will rear its ugly head if we don't continue to play the way we play. So, and then this challenge is just different. So we've kind of played these run-oriented teams that use their run to set up the pass. Akron's different. They're going to spread you out. They're going to whip it all around, and then they're going to run it on you. So it's a totally different challenge for the defensive side of the ball of how they're going to attack us. So it'll change, structurally for us. Well, like our base defense doesn't really fit against these guys. What we do has fit probably most of the weeks this year, and then this week, because they spread you out so much, because they do their empties, because they throw the ball so much, teams that we've played have typically tried to run it, then try to throw it, where they're going to come out whipping around. They threw it 60 times. He completed set school record 44 completions in one game. So for us to sit there and say, like, we're just going to line up just like we always do, and it works again. So we're going to have to make some adjustments.
You mentioned the defensive backfield and the injury concerns there. Any other areas of concern for you guys going into this week, injury-wise?
Yeah, no, we should be fine. I think John's going to be fine this week. So I think we're still missing Eli back there, but I feel better than ever because we played our third and fourth corner for the first time all year, and they played great. So now I'm feeling like our corner position with Yassine's done some really good things. And John's played fantastic, and then now Nolan and Javon have got in and got a chance, and they played really good. So you're going into the year with a huge question mark at that spot, and that spot, has really, really developed and is continuing to develop. So, we feel better and better about our depth at that spot for sure, especially after last week.
Coach, beginning of the year, you were running, I think it was 4 times in 6 weeks. You ran for over 200 yards in a game. But the last 2 weeks, have you been able to put your finger on, what's been different in the run game?
Yeah, and again, it's a lot of stuff. One, physicality is always part of it. We've been very physical at times this year, and then at times we haven't been able to move the line of scrimmage like we like. For us, maybe not. I don't know. I don't. For the most part, we've had the same people. We've played different defenses. We talk about sometimes right backs don't press a hole and the hole opens up late. We talk about sometimes we get the ball in the perimeter. Early in the game we got down the ball in the perimeter really good. Later in the game we couldn't run on the perimeter. So to me it's execution every down. It's physicality every down. We've had it at times, but it hasn't been as consistent as you would like. And then it's also getting your passing game going, which we really feel like we're going to get our passing game going. But if they balance each other out, we're probably living on a little borrowed time, just being so run-oriented that teams finally said, okay, we're going to do everything we can to stop the run and make you throw it. And then now you start to throw it and you open up and, the only game in that stretch is really Kent, where we threw the ball efficiently and opened things up and had made them worried about defending the pass too. So it goes hand in hand. The run game, as we know, sets up the pass game, but you have to throw the ball around and stay ahead of the chains to allow you to keep running. The other problem is we haven't got first downs. So it's one thing, but you have to get first downs that continue to have opportunities to run the football. The last game we had so many 3-and-outs. Well, we didn't throw it enough. We didn't run enough. We didn't do anything enough. We didn't get enough runs called. Well, we didn't run enough plays. You run 70, 80 plays. Again, you can wear people down and you stay with it. And you saw that in the Northwestern game, and the Kent game, and even in the Buffalo game, we ran the ball very effectively. When you're getting 3-and-outs and and then part of it is overall execution. It's penalties. It's negative plays, it's sacks. It's like we have to keep the ball moving forward. We have to stay ahead of the chains. We were doing a really good job of that for a while, and then the last couple of weeks we haven't. And we've been in way too many second and third and longs, and now you're off the field, and now you can't really keep pushing on them and grind them and do that. So it's a ton of different things, but it comes down to physicality and execution at the end of the day, and we haven't been consistent enough with our physicality the last couple of weeks. We haven't been consistent enough with our execution.